Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here with us today. Today, we will talk about a book that changed the way millions of people around the world look at happiness and success. A book that honestly tells you, stop trying to be positive all the time, stop caring about everything, and start focusing on what truly matters. The book we have today is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F by Mark Manson, one of the best-selling books in recent years. Mark Manson did not come to give you magical recipes for happiness, nor to tell you, think positively and everything will get better. No, he came with a completely different perspective. He came to tell you that problems are a part of life, suffering is real, and the solution is not ignoring them or covering them with fake positivity. The real solution is to wisely choose which problems deserve your attention and which things are worth suffering for. The book takes us on a deep journey about how to reorganize our priorities, how to face painful truths with courage, and how to build a life with real meaning instead of chasing superficial happiness. Let's begin. The Subtle Art of Choosing What Deserves Attention. Mark Manson starts the book with a bold idea. We all have limited energy for attention. We cannot care about everything in life, and that is completely normal. The real problem is not that we care about many things, but that we care about trivial things that do not deserve our time or energy. In today's world, we care about people's opinions of us on social media, we compare ourselves to others, and we worry about small things that have no real value. Manson says, a mature person is the one who consciously chooses what deserves attention and what should be completely ignored. The question is not, how can I be happy? The right question is, what kind of suffering am I willing to endure to reach my goal? Because the truth is, everything valuable in life has a price. You want a fit body? You must suffer through workouts and diet. You want a successful relationship? You must suffer through communication and problem solving. You want professional success? You must suffer through learning and hard work. The key is choosing the suffering that is worth it, not running away from it. Happiness is not the goal. Here, Manson attacks one of the biggest myths of our time, the idea that happiness is the ultimate goal. He clearly says, the more you chase happiness, the more it runs away from you. Happiness is not a destination you reach, it is a side effect of living a meaningful life. Modern society tells you, be positive, think good thoughts, visualize success, and you will succeed. But reality is different. Fake positive thinking makes you ignore your real problems, makes you feel guilty for having natural negative emotions, and keeps you in a constant state of denial. Manson says, accept that life includes pain, disappointment, and failure. This is normal and part of the human experience. The problem is not the existence of problems. The problem is believing that we should have no problems. When you accept this truth, you start dealing with reality in a healthy way and build a real life, not a fake one based on forced positivity.
You are not special, and that's a good thing. One of the strongest messages in the book is that our generation was raised to believe that everyone is special and extraordinary. Everyone deserves success, fame, and recognition. But the harsh truth is, most of us are ordinary. And most of us will never achieve global fame or extraordinary success. The problem starts when we believe we must be exceptional at everything. We look at people's lives online and feel like failures because we are not at the same level. This obsession with being special makes us constantly feel inadequate and focus on the wrong things. Manson says, true excellence comes from accepting who you are and focusing on improving yourself in the areas that truly matter to you, not in everything. You don't need to be the best in the world, you just need to be a better version of yourself in the things you value. This humility frees you from the pressure of comparison and helps you focus on your own journey. Taking responsibility for your life. This is one of the most important chapters in the book. Manson distinguishes between two things, blame and responsibility. He says, many things that happen in your life are not your fault. You might be a victim of circumstances, other people's decisions, or bad luck. This is reality. But even if it's not your fault, dealing with it is still your responsibility. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control your reaction and the steps you take afterward. When you take full responsibility for your life, even for things you didn't choose, you start to regain your power and control. Many people live in a victim mindset, blaming circumstances, people, and the past for everything negative in their lives. This keeps them stuck. Manson says, even if the situation is unfair, the only solution is to take responsibility and start changing. This shift in thinking is extremely powerful and can completely change your life. Doubting yourself is the beginning. Manson talks about the importance of doubt in uncertainty. He says that being overly confident in your beliefs and opinions can be dangerous. When you are 100% sure that you are right, you close your mind to learning and growth. The most mature people are those who know they don't know everything and that they can be wrong. Self-doubt is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of maturity and intelligence. When you question your beliefs, you open the door to learning, growth, and change. You start asking yourself, am I really right? Is there another perspective I haven't seen? Are my facts correct? This healthy doubt makes you humble, open to constructive criticism, and constantly growing, unlike absolute certainty, which makes you rigid and unable to adapt to life's changes. Manson encourages us to adopt the mindset of, I might be wrong, because it is the mindset that opens the door to real growth.
Say no more than you say yes. In a world that tells you to say yes to every opportunity, invitation, and request, Manson tells you that your real power lies in your ability to say no. When you say no to things that don't serve your values and goals, you create space for what truly matters. True commitment means rejection. When you commit to a relationship, you say no to other relationships. When you commit to a goal, you say no to distractions. Freedom is not about unlimited choices. Freedom is about choosing consciously and committing to your choice. Many people are afraid to say no because they fear missing out or disappointing others. This leaves them without a clear identity and with lives full of commitments they don't love. Manson teaches us that saying no is an art and that successful and fulfilled people know when to say no with clarity and confidence. Embrace death. The final chapter of the book is very deep. Manson talks about death and says that remembering death is not negative or scary, it is actually the strongest motivation to live a meaningful life. When you realize that your time is limited, you begin to value every moment and focus on what truly matters. Thinking about death makes us ask the big questions. What legacy will I leave? How do I want to be remembered? What values do I want to live by? These questions force us to face the truth and eliminate the trivial things that consume our time. Manson says, when we accept and make peace with death, we gain real freedom. We free ourselves from fear, excessive anxiety, and caring about meaningless things. We start living more deeply, more honestly, and more present. Death gives life meaning and makes us live it fully. This brings us to the end of our summary of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, an honest, bold book that is different from traditional self-development books. It does not offer magical solutions, but it provides a realistic and deep perspective on life. The core message of the book is, choose wisely what you care about, accept suffering as part of life, take responsibility for your choices, doubt yourself in order to grow, say no to what doesn't serve you, and always remember that life is short, so live it with meaning. If you benefited from the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell, and share with us in the comments which idea from the book impacted you the most, and what is the one thing you will stop caring about starting today. See you soon in a new video, God willing. Take care of yourselves, and choose your suffering wisely.